Hello, everyone's. I am here for The Oval Season 1, Episode 5. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you a family member, you one of my peoples, welcome back. So, I don't know how the president was able to be elected with all the foolishness that's going on in his family. Raggedy daughter is very raggedy and very disrespectful. Creepy son is very creepy, and it looked like they done covered up some things he done did in the past. First lady, she a violent person, and then the president, he just out here just, for like a better word, out here being a hoe. I'm just trying to figure out how nobody was digging in their background to find out what they was going on and how they was able to get elected. I just want to know these things because, they will dig back until you was, like I said before, when you was in kindergarten, you said, well, I think everybody should get paid the same thing. Somebody would go and find that one teacher that you had, find her who remembers everything and somehow had a video camera and recorded it and kept it in her archive. So how these people became president and, first family, I don't know. But we back at the police station because that's where we left off at. And the police lady, I don't know if it's the acting or her just seeming cold, but like she was showing no kind of emotions. Barry over to my daughter's been kidnapped. She with the Rakashushu people. I don't know if that's the name, but that's what I'm going to call them for right now. They with the Rakashushu people. She with the Rakashushu people because, the mama done kidnapped her because my mama would not listen to me and let her come over to the house. But I'm like, okay, even if your mama hadn't let them come over, then people swarmed in the house anyway. So I think the little girl would have got taken regardless. But since she did let them in, Ruth in the house, we can blame her. But anyway, she was like, I need to know, if she got all these identifying marks because she may or may not be dead. We don't know if it's her or not, and I need you to identify the body. I'm like, she got a whole twin sister across town. Where her mom and daddy at? Where her people at? Why am I the one that got to identify her? So Barry goes down there because Ruth was like, "Oh no, not Ruth, but Nancy was like, oh no, I can't do that. I can't identify nobody." So he has to go down there, and they not only stabbed her several times with a kitchen knife. I don't know how she knew it was a kitchen knife. Was the kitchen knife still in her chest? I don't know. She didn't elaborate, but anyway, they tore her up, and it's almost hard to identify. Like, if we didn't have, a tattoo, we may not know who this was. But I was like, can't y'all go by dental records? I'm just saying. That seemed like it was something plausible. And I'm just assuming that she got some sort of record. Because wasn't she out here being a crackhead? And I'm assuming that she was out here stealing and getting arrested. So don't y'all have her, like, DNA on file? I don't know. Richard, he's, still at work after being fired, but he's in like the command center because he wanted to keep his job. Like, he got a family to, take care of. So, I mean, granted, everybody grown there and could get a job, but still, he's a man in the house, so he needed, get a job. And he sees on the news how, wait a minute, that somebody was shot. Now, y'all remember last episode after Barry and Richard was tussling with the gun and it went off, and it was like, I didn't get shot, you didn't get shot. Okay, Barry, you leave, I leave. But then some women come out the house yelling. Like, I didn't hear any other gunshots. It could be that somebody was shooting at that house and they had a silencer on. But my whole thing is, how did a bullet that was shot at a downward motion go up into the house? Did it somehow ricochet and somehow it was a baby concrete slip and slide that was just freshly before they got there, smoothed out, and the bullet went down there, went through the car and went down, this freshly, don't even know why this is baby slip and slide with a curvature is here, went over there, shot in the air and went through the house, still had momentum and hit this person. But then I was thinking, this is Tyler Perry land where any and everything goes. Because I was like, that don't make sense. The gun shot down at a downward motion, somehow went up into a house that's up higher. not getting it, but y'all know Tyler Perry will swing some things, and I'm guessing it's for us to be like, child, that don't make sense. And then we turn around and figure out that like the grandbaby was in the house playing with a gun that didn't nobody know about and accidentally shot the man or something like that. But that whole that it may have been Barry or Richard that set the gun off with, I was like, that makes no sense at all. But okay. And Kyle has gotten a call that you are no longer on Donald's services. He does not want you. You have been replaced. So now he's all mad in his feelings because he didn't got replaced off of Donald's services. Bobby laying there in the bed while Kyle is sitting there with a towel on. He talking about something. Bobby says, "Why don't you go after him?" I was like, "After him? Why?" After him, it's like, you want that to be your man. I need some more elaboration. It's like, you're going through a lot of effort and it may not work. I'm like, what may not work? I need more. I need more questions. Are you going after him because you want him to lose his job because you want his job? Or are you going after him because you want this to be your man? I just need to know. He said it would have worked if you had done like an ass. I was like, you asked him to break into that woman's house, and he did, and he ended up getting shot in the process. Now, my question is, when everybody else goes back to, like, wherever they are at some random warehouse or wherever they had Bobby at doing surgery on him, they gonna notice that Bobby gone. Bobby is no longer handcuffed there, and the last person that was there with Bobby was you. And what's up with Bobby's beard? What's up with his hair on his whole facial hair? I'm talking about hair on his head, his goatee, and his eyebrows. Something about it don't sit right with me, and I don't know if is it Beijing too much? Is that it? I don't know if did they make it thicker than what it usually is. Because them eyebrows is on the thick side. Something about his facial hair just, I can't put my finger on it, but it's off. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, Donald is trying to do his job and be professional and get the president together on what schedules he has coming up. But all the president wants to do is talk about his mistress licking him up and down until he say stop. I'm like, this is the second time you done had a conversation with somebody when you're openly admitting that you done brought a mistress in the house to cheat on your wife. Like, I guess Donald's like, okay. I guess he's used to this from, the president. But I'm like, dude, like, what you got going on in your life that, like, you ain't even attempting to do anything presidential? Like, this, your first day is being the president, and you talking about something you want to go on a golf course. Like, really, we have... The state of America is in your hands at this time, boo-boo. And you want to be out here on the golf course? Like, no, ma'am. At least act like you... Like, if you didn't want to do the presidential stuff, you shouldn't have ran for president. That's all I got to say. He's openly talking about he wouldn't mind if the first lady was killed. Like, can we, if she would happen to, she gone shopping. She gone with your wife. Don't know why I didn't care because I don't really like the heifer like that. And she don't like me. But he's just talking about something. Yeah, if she died, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Yeah. You think we can, cut back on her Secret Service detail? I'm like, really? So not only we openly talking about cheating, and then on top of that, you don't want to do work on your first day of the job. And then lastly, you talking about something having your wife, not so much as having her killed, but making it so that she don't have no Secret Services to protect her. This the route we going? I guess they replaced or changed the view of the White House. Because y'all seen it a couple of episodes ago. And I'm going to see if I have it on my phone. Because I sure enough took it and sent it to my mama so I can talk about how raggedy it looked. It just, yeah, right here. This is what the White House looked like. Now, besides the little pillar post in the front, that doesn't say White House to me. It does not. It just looks like a house that was planted on the land. Not even an actual house, just a facade of a house. Like, we just got 3 corners, and we done threw a little windows and some pillars right there. But yeah, that does not look like the White House. But they have a a new view of the White House. I should have taken a picture and I didn't. But yeah, I guess people was talking like, "Child, Tyler, you doing it now? That don't look like the White House." So he changed little things up. Maybe it was the angle of the camera that made it look a lot better because we had a waterfall this time and it looked more White House. Not all the way, but looked more like the White House. Oh, creepy son Jason out here being creepy again. Like now he in the hallway naked, like looking at Lily as she's sitting there waiting on the first lady, like naked and kind of like wrapped around the wall so she can see that he is naked. I'm like, that's your thing. You just like you like going around being naked and letting everybody see your little bird chest. This is what you doing. And I'm trying to figure out how the people in the command post don't see him on camera just being naked just freely in the White House. Like, they be having tours and stuff in the White House. There's people on staff in the White House just besides the cook and the butler and the Secret Service. This is actually people that are working. Don't nobody got time to see your naked behind. Now, maybe this is like the area of the house, and then the other side of the White House is, you know, where everybody working at, or the house of the White House is upstairs. I don't know, but I do know he was out here being creepy again and up there staring at Lily while he's over there like wrapped around the doggone edge of the wall like he's some stripper with his bird chest. Did y'all see the part on the first lady's hair? I don't know if this is a wig or a weave, but I do know that the part started like right here on her right side. And it kind of went back and then made its way over to about here. I know little about hair, putting in weaves, all of those things. I'm just now getting, how to do my flat twists and make them look right, because I was up there sectioning my hair off into 4 sections and putting 5 mini twists in and thinking it was gonna look cute, and I realized I need to make them smaller, make them fuller. So yeah, I done got better at this, but I do know that your part is not supposed to go that far. It's not supposed to start over here and end over here. But anyway, that's the look she going for, so I'm like, okay. First lady and Raggedy first daughter, they get into it. They having this, I'm leaving the house, no, you not leaving this house, like back and forth combat. She trying to leave out the door. The door is locked. I don't know if this was like the first lady doing, or this is how it is at the White House, where you just can't walk out all willy-nilly and all them things. They going back and forth. The first lady tells Uma to tase her, and she's like, "Excuse me, ma'am." She's like, "You heard me, tase her." And Uma's like, "I'm not finna tase that child. Yeah, she is raggedy as all get out, but I'm not finna tase her." So first lady gets out the taser. She's like, "You wouldn't do it. You obviously don't know who your mama is, because she looked like she would tase you and she would cut you." And that's exactly what happened. She ended up getting tased. I'm like, child, she did this all in the front of the White House staff and in front of company. Y'all just acting ratchet over there, ain't y'all? Well, I kind of thought that Priscilla was going to be the one to slap fire, to be the first one to slap fire the Raggedy first daughter. But it seemed like the mama got to her first. Yeah, now the police lady is questioning Barry about his whereabouts last night. Like, where were you between these hours? And he was like, "Oh, so this is what we doing?" I was at home. And this is when, Nancy should have picked up that he was lying, because she know he wasn't at home. She's like, "Well, I went to bed earlier." And he looked at her like, "You know I was lying. You were supposed to piggyback on this line, because this lady clearly thinks I did it. What's wrong with you?" But then he was like, "I was at home. Like, we not finna do it. We not finna do this. You need to find my daughter and where she at. Like, who was else? Like, what was by her?" So they ride her on home, and that was almost the end of the end. Now, first lady rolls up on Mistress Lady's store, and Mistress Lady's like, "Ooh, the Secret Service." She get her little compact out. She making sure she got a little powder on her face, because her man's is showing up, and her face was all the way cracked when she seen the first lady. Now, nothing in the store seemed like it would be first lady's, her judge. This is, I'm young and I want my body to be shown off, not like the suits that she wears. So yeah, she likes picks out a few outfits. They go back into the dressing room. And I will say this, Tyler. I give you A for effort for First Lady having Vaseline on deck before she started fighting, but you're not getting an A plus because she took this baby jar of petroleum jelly. I don't know why I call it Vaseline. Vaseline is the brand, petroleum jelly is the product. The small jar of petroleum jelly, small, real small, and scooped a little bit, did this and commenced the fighting. Now, A for effort for, bringing out the petroleum jelly for this fight scene, but I'm like, that amount of petroleum jelly that she used was not going to, scave off any scratches. And she couldn't put too much on because she had on makeup. But of course, if we was going to go all the way into it and bring the petroleum jelly out in the first place, I needed it to be authentic. But Mistress Lady and First Lady, they going head to head. Like Lily's in the back, not in the back, but she out there like, is everything all right? She looking a little nervous. Secret Service like, what's good? They come in and First Lady was like, get out. First Lady and Mistress Lady come in to getting down with a full-on fight. I thought, no, Mistress Lady had her for a minute, but in the end, the last time we seen Mistress Lady, she was on the ground getting her head rocked on the floor. Concrete floor. Getting rocked. So, she missing a few teeth. She didn't, bruise several areas. Nose maybe cocked to the side. Yeah. That's what happened. First Lady is not to be played with. Now, once First Lady and Lily get back in the car, she's like, look here. I brought you out here because basically she needs an ally. Like, my husband cheating for the longest time, and your husband knows about it, and you help him, and he helps him. So, what you know about your husband helping my husband, I need you to tell me, okay? Because, your husband probably out here cheating too. Oh, no, he would never do that. He is a good man. It's like, oh, so you was the one out here cheating. Oh, no, I didn't cheat. It's like, okay. Like Forrest Rock say, a lie don't care who tell it. Okay? So make sure you get your lie, your poker face in order. That's enough. I don't want to talk to you no more as they rode on back to the White House. Barry getting on my nerves again. Because, he get home, Richard cutting the grass. Like, Daddy, what you doing home? Don't worry about that. I took a day off, even though I ain't took a day off of work in the last 30 years. But anyway, he's mad because the family and I guess family and friends are not dropping everything. They helping to find out where his daughter's at. Sam said he was going to look into it, but Sam at work. Sam can't go be like, you know what, Mr. President, I know I'm supposed to be working at the White House today, making sure everything is secure, but, the butler Richard that you just fired, his grandbaby is missing, and I need to go and, find out where she is. I'm like, nobody knows the location where the Rakashaka, I think that's what I was calling them, the Rakashaka is. So, what are we supposed to do? Besides him calling a few buddies on his break, what are we supposed to do? Just ride around town and hopefully we see, something that looks suspicious and we see the Rakashaka people going to the local, 7-Eleven? Is this what we're doing? We supposed to see them at Kroger? Is it? No, I don't know if they got a Kroger in D.C. Are we supposed to see them at the local Walmart or the Target or the Shell station? We just gonna ride around looking for them? You getting on my nerves. Now, Nancy think Barry was the one that killed Ruth because one knife was missing out of the little knife shelf. So now, naturally, Barry is the one who did it. Richie, you think he would do anything to save that baby? Yeah, he would. But he was with me last night. So get that all out your head. She's still gonna think it. That Barry was out here killing folks. So I'm like, no, he was out, trying to procure a gun so he can go find his baby. And his daddy ended up catching him because the cousin came over and said, I gave Barry a false location and he gonna find out it's false pretty soon. So I'm just letting you know, he can't be trying to get a gun. You need to be watching out for that boy. A creepy son, Jason, he up there trying to find a way out of the White House. Like, he was already being creepy, and he, like, popped out of, like, the, raggedy first daughter's bathroom. I'm like, what were you in her bathroom doing? Like, last week, I didn't notice this, but James Caldwell, Spiller Boy on here on YouTube, he was saying that when he was walking around naked, that he had came out the sister's room. I didn't catch that, but I'm like, why are you always naked, and why was you naked coming out your sister's room? Like, what you got going on, bruh? Something about you, just because he want to know where Stash sleep at, because he want to know where Priscilla's niece is gonna be at. We're not finna do this, creepy boy. Meanwhile, girlfriend, she at work, and the dude at work, he like her. He ain't never stopped liking her. He seemed like, even though he got a girlfriend, he's still in love with, Barry's girlfriend. His girlfriend come in and put up flyers because they have the visual for the dude who was shot, which I still don't understand if this is where we gonna go. How did a gun that was shot at a downward motion, some able scooped up and went into the house? But then again, this is Tyler Perry land. So y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out before now, yeah. A comment before now. Yeah. Wait a minute. That was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so when my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're returning, you a family member, you one of my peoples, well, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.